Okay. The real risk in business is sometimes it's bad timing. That's a big risk. Some of the things that you come up with, it would be either too early or too late. That's a problem. So you got to understand the idea that you possess, is it right for the time? Because when Nokia came out with communicator, they were the first people to come out with a smartphone. But today Nokia is not there. But they are the first people to come up with a smartphone. It was too early for the time. They could not sustain it till the smartphone caught up. Kodak, when they came out, they are the first people to come out with digital technology. But when they came out, the digital technology wasn't that great in comparison to the film print. So they gave up on their idea, but somebody else worked on it, made it better, and today Kodak is nowhere. So is your idea right for the time? Is it too early or too late? There was a company in the US which created what is called a scooter called Segway scooter. You know, a Segway scooter where people could stand on it and, you know, you could move around campuses and places. The Chinese company, a Segway scooter was costing about $10,000. A Chinese company actually worked on that idea, changed it better. They started selling it for $2,000. The Segway company started suing this company, and in fact, the Chinese company was selling very well. Finally, the Chinese company bought Segway. The Chinese company bought the company which invented the scooter. And there are hundreds of other Chinese companies who are even selling it for $500. So it is not the idea. Whose idea was it? It was the idea of Segway. But who owned Segway? The guy who duplicated Segway. So sometimes the timing factor, the pricing factor, the marketability factor, all these matters in your business. Number two, not being the purple cow. Have you ever seen a cow which is purple in color? Any cows? Because you can never find a purple cow. So if your idea is a brown cow, there are so many other brown cows in the market. So your cow doesn't stand out. If it is a black cow, it doesn't sell because there are so many other black cows in the market. So your idea has to be a purple cow, which means it has to be unique. It has to be different from all other ideas which exist. It has to be very, very unique. That's the most important thing with your idea. It has to be very, very unique. It has to be different. Or the way you do things has to be different. For example, Domino's Pizza. They make pizza, right? Pizza Hut also makes pizza. So what's unique about Domino's Pizza? They're not just in the pizza business, they are into pizza delivery business. And their unique selling point is 30 minutes or it is free. So their uniqueness is not the pizza, it's the business model. How you deliver the product. So your business idea has to be a purple cow. Number three, most businesses fail not because of the lack of resources, it's because of the lack of resourcefulness. Resourcefulness means some people say we didn't have the money. That's a resource. Oh, we didn't have the right people. That's again a resource. You should know how to find it. Oh, we didn't have a great marketing. That's a resource again. You should have found somebody who can do a marketing properly. Oh, we're not good at branding. You could have found somebody who could do the branding for you. So anything that you say you lack today, you don't actually lack them. What you lack is resourcefulness, where to find it. That's why it's very important. If you're a person with an idea, and you're not good at presenting the idea, you need to find somebody who can present the idea for you, to sell the idea for you. So you may be good at an idea, you're good at producing something, but you're very bad at marketing it. So you have to come in collaboration. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, the guy who invented Apple computer is Steve Wozniak. But the founder of Apple, everybody knows, is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the guy who told Steve Wozniak, what are you doing with this? Let's go sell it. He was actually playing around because he wanted to play video games with a screen. That's what he wanted. He never had an idea even to sell a computer. Steve Jobs said, man, you have made something amazing. Let's go sell it and make money. Let's build a company. So the guy with the business vision was Steve Jobs. He didn't know jack about computers. His friend knew. So it's about, you got to find other people who are strong enough, who can compensate for the weakness that you possess. That's why sometimes collaboration really works. That's an amazing place, especially in a classroom. Collaboration really works because students, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. They can work together, come up with an idea and collaborate with each other. Next thing is working in the business than working on the business. There's a huge difference between working in the business and working on the business. What's the difference? Most of the people who start the business, they don't actually start a business, they actually own a job. For example, if a cook starts a restaurant and the cook is always cooking, and there's only one restaurant the cook can open, and if the cook is not there, there's no restaurant. Now that is called working in the business. Working on the business would be looking out for more cooks who can replace this cook, and also looking at processes where which you can make this cooking and delivery of food much more faster and simpler and better and cheaper, and start having more restaurant. That is working on the business. So a lot of people who start a business are technicians. If you're a cook, if you're a teacher, you start a tuition center. You're a technician, you have a skill, you start a tuition center. But if you work in the business, you'll be the only tuition center. So instead of owning a company, you're actually owning a job. So it's very important to understand how you work on the business, not work in the business. Fifth is killing the golden goose. Your business is the golden goose that lays golden eggs. So a lot of people, what they do, they start something, it's profitable, is doing well, they don't feed the goose. They start feeding themselves. And by doing that, they kill the goose. So you got to understand that the effort that you put in, you got to put in your time and energy back into the business. You got to nurture like a plant, like a tree. You got to nurture your business. From the idea stage to the growth stage to scaling stage, you need to keep nurturing it. And your focus should be on your idea, on your business, and you'll take care of